So, biology. Don't you love it? Plants. They're weird, right? They drink water from these tentacle-like leg things they stab into the ground. If there's an obstacle in the way of like their growing path, then they'll like curve around it. And they feed on the sun. That last part might need some explanation. Today we will be talking about that feeding on the sun thing that those plants do. It's a whole complicated process, but we've cut it down to insert number here minutes. It's called photosynthesis. Photosynthesis, in big brain terms, is what happens when a plant takes in carbon dioxide, solar energy, and water, mushes them all together to create glucose, a type of sugar. It also makes oxygen. Zoom in to a plant cell. Cool. Zoom in even farther, and we'll find an organelle called a chloroplast. Chloroplast. This is the bean that photosynthesis takes place in. Photosynthesis itself is actually split into two parts: light reactions and what's known as the Calvin cycle. Let's start the light reactions first. Now, if you look really close at this photosynthesis bean, we can see a tower of like these green pancakes. The tower itself is called a grana. The grana is where the light reaction happens. On the plant's surface are these substances called pigments. Now, this type of pigment that's on green leaves is called chlorophyll. The chlorophyll pretty much observes all wavelengths or colors of light, and it reflects one, green light. It reflects it back to our eyes, and that's why green leaves are green. It makes sense. Different colored leaves like red, yellow, orange, they have different types of pigments that reflect different colors. They all have their own special names, but I can't remember them right now. And the water, it's taken in through the roots, which, you know, that's it. So we have our light and we have our water. They react with each other and they make poof, oxygen. Whoa! The oxygen is then released into the atmosphere, so us humans and other land creatures can not die. But wait, there's more. From the Calvin cycle, which is happening over here, comes two energy sources, NADP plus and ADP. Also, this obscure PI thing that's not important right now, just kind of flick it on out of here. The NADP and the ADP enter the light reaction as uncharged energy sources, but they leave as ATP and NADPH. Yeah! These guys are pretty much the same as these guys, except they have charge now. Whoa! And then these two, whoosh, re-enter the Calvin cycle. Now, the Calvin cycle is what the plant does to make glucose. So the plant takes in carbon dioxide through this little thing on its surface called a stomata. What's the stroma then? I remember, it's not important. Then, using the charged ATP and NADPH, it transforms that carbon dioxide into glucose. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Whew! That's a lot of information at once. And you're right. So this hugely complex and admittedly confusing series of events can be modeled by this equation. You don't understand it, do you? Neither does anybody else. That's it. Thanks to those who paid attention, I guess.